Eh bien bonjour à tous les amis et bienvenue pour l'épisode 3 sur Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. Et on se retrouve dans la taverne pour parler à un certain Patrick Cairns parce qu'on a des questions à lui poser.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
Well, you've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Ok, j'ai compris comment ça marche. Là, je maintiens. Ah, j'aurais dû maintenir plus longtemps. Putain, mais il est fort, le gars. Il est fort, le gars, hein. Ah ouais, mais il faut que je maintienne une endurance comme pas possible pour le battre. Ouais, bon. Flemme, hein. J'avais la flemme, désolé.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
Moi d'abord, je vais l'inspecter, hein. Mais jauni par quoi?
Ah, I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
Quoi, je dois vraiment... Oh là là.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Bon, t'es gentil.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Avec ta boucle d'oreille en or?
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner, a you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Ah, of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great
Peter
Roger,
le Noir, tiens,
sailed
tiens.
to the Cape of Good Hope.
Peter le Noir, tiens, tiens.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
Et je pense que c'était Noligan.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Et voilà.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Ouh, ça remet beaucoup de choses, hein.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Ça en dit beaucoup. Ce harponneur, pourtant chevronné, se retrouve dans la misère par manque de travail. Il passe le plus clair de son temps au Sea Witch, un pub fréquenté par les marins dans lequel il gagne un peu d'argent au bras de fer, comme beaucoup de ses confrères. C'est un gros fumeur, ce dont attestent ses doigts jaunis. Bon bah voilà pour l'histoire des doigts jaunis. Comme moi je fume pas, c'est pour ça que j'avais oublié. Hein, pour glisser la blague à tabac dans la poche de Kern pour déterminer si c'est la sienne. Ok. Et je dois lui reparler ou...
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, it is.
Et ben voilà.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
Alors c'est
I'm
marrant.
done here. It's time to leave.
C'est marrant, il parle du capitaine Ahab. Capitaine Ahab, vous savez, c'est le capitaine dans Moby Dick. Donc bon. Kern a confirmé que la blague à tabac lui appartenait, c'est donc qu'il est sur le lieu du meurtre et que c'est lui le coupable. C'est donc qui était sur le lieu du meurtre, mais ce n'est pas forcément le meurtrier. Bah ouais, on n'en sait rien pour l'instant. Est-ce que j'ai d'autres indices? Ok, j'ai tous les indices. Pour l'instant, on n'en sait rien, donc... Bon, il y a d'autres choses à voir. Ah. Je peux déjà le mettre coupable, hein. On va attendre. Si vous le permettez, on va attendre. Qu'est-ce que je pourrais potentiellement faire? J'ai l'impression qu'on est obligé quand même de... Bah allez. Allez. On fera les conclusions plus tard. Hein. Où est-ce que je pourrais aller? Bon, ce qui est sûr, c'est que c'est lui le meurtrier. Après, pour moi, c'est la légitime défense. Mais bon.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
Bah oui.
I'm not saying another word.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Bon, ça veut dire qu'il a autre chose à dire, lui. Effraction.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
Voilà. Ça, c'est vrai.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
D'accord.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Ok. On va voir ce que ça donne. Hein. Moi, personnellement, je pense que c'est ça. Hein. Après, je me demande pourquoi il avait fait sa présence là. Je ne sais pas, peut-être qu'il en a eu marre, mais bon. Pour moi, c'était pas prémédité. Clairement, c'était pas prémédité. Il était ivre, vu qu'il y avait des bouteilles et tout.
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't ya?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I
Voilà.
just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
On est comme ça. On est comme ça, que voulez-vous?
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
Peter Carey a été assassiné par Patrick Crane, harponneur professionnel seul à même de porter un coup aussi précis et dont la blague à tabac a été retrouvée dans la cabane de Carey. Toutefois, il a agi en état de légitime défense face à un marin ivre, armé et furieux. J'ai décidé de l'absoudre. Donc j'avais bon. Choix moral, j'ai décidé de l'absoudre parce que bon... Est-ce que je teste une autre fin? Non, franchement, je vous laisse le suspense, les amis. Je vous laisse le suspense. Bilan, votre éthique, compréhensif. J'ai préféré, les amis, être compréhensif. Parce qu'il n'avait pas d'argent et c'est à peu près ce que je me demandais. Après, je ne savais pas vraiment comment il a su pour les ordonnances, enfin les obligations. Donc c'est là où j'ai un peu hésité. Mais c'est ce que je pressentais, donc bon. L'énigme du train fantôme. Certaines preuves demandent supplément d'enquête. Elles sont signalées dans votre carnet par une icône. Ok. Eh ben, on va commencer une nouvelle énigme, les amis.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That's the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Le harpon ayant servi à tuer Peter le Noir. Ah, c'est des souvenirs. Ah. Il y a moyen de voir combien de joueurs ont eu la même conclusion? Ouais, bon. Ok. Oula. Qu'est pas ça? Le jeu a planté? Oh, le jeu a planté! Oh, c'est magnifique. Je reviens. Alors, la fameuse lettre. L'horrible meurtre de l'ex-capitaine Peter Carey, alias Peter le Noir, pour les intimes, a été résolu. Scotland Yard a en effet reçu de sources fiables des preuves plus que suffisantes pour conclure à la culpabilité de Pablo Coventraro, ex-harponneur de M. Carey. Malheureusement, justice n'a pas été faite puisque M. Carey était mort entre-temps de causes naturelles, peut-être envahi de remords après son geste. Merde. Pardon.
This is where I keep my post.
Ah bah j'en ai pas d'autres. Oh. Bon bah écoutez, parlons à Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We shall be late for the train.
D'accord.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
D'accord, fallait vraiment que je clique sur la porte. Aïe aïe aïe. Au moins quand j'ai recliqué sur continuer dans le menu démarrage, j'ai atterri directement au niveau de la lettre, donc ça va, c'est pratique, on a bien repris. Oh, c'est sinistre.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Soit il s'est arrêté, soit il a pris un autre chemin.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Le matin suivant. Bon, ça c'est un temps de chargement.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Alors.
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult with it if
Ah,
needed.
ça c'est
It
cool.
is fortunate that we
Ok.
took it with us.
D'accord. Attends, quoi? C'est pour partir, c'est ça? Ah, c'est pour partir. Ah, mais non, mais... Il a tourné au mauvais sens, pardon. Je lui parle ou pas? Non, j'ai pas tellement envie de lui parler, on va dire. Pas mal la musique. Je crois que c'était là-bas. Hein.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train.
Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible. Is it, Holmes?
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Eh ben c'est parti pour voir le chef de garde.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Allez, on va aller tous sculpter, mon gars. T'as pas l'air d'avoir des choses de très spéciales ici. Cheveux gris, oui. Un signe honorifique. Rien par ici. Ah, peut-être là. Tache de terre. Et une alliance.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Ah bah ça, j'irai le voir, hein, t'inquiète.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Bon bah...
See you later, my good man.
Au moins, il est coopératif. Alors... Chef d'Evesham Station. Ce soixantenaire est marié de longue date. Les traces de terre fraîche sur ses manques trahissent sa passion pour le jardinage. Il porte l'insigne d'honneur des chefs de gare, preuve de son ancienneté à ce poste. Bref, c'est un homme manifestement épris de calme et de stabilité. Ok. Alors, du coup, on va prendre... quelque chose à voir ici peut-être? Non, c'est pas là. Voilà, c'est là.
This map will be useful.
Nottingham. Ah, on va devoir à mon avis se balader tout le long. Donc là, c'est là on a vu le train. Et il y a Nottingham. Ok. Alors ensuite, il faut que je capte le bureau de l'autre. Est-ce qu'ici il y a quelque chose en particulier? Non. Ah. Peut-être ferraille.
An old locomotive bell.
Ouais.
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Peut-être que c'était pas un vrai train qu'on a vu. Bon, il est où le bureau de l'autre? Purée, arrête de rester devant. Monsieur Robinson est localisé à Bridlington Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this, Mr. Robinson.
Ok. London. Train LNER. Composition locomotive. Charbon. Le wagon de charbon. Première classe. Un wagon postal. Et un wagon spécial, ordre de Monsieur Robinson, et une seconde classe. Ok.
Here is the train set.
Ouais, c'est à peu près ce que je vous ai dit. Hein. Rien de spécial, je ne pense pas. Est-ce que je peux aller lui reparler, lui?
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
Cab, c'est peut-être calèche,
See you
non?
later, my good man.
Le chef a reçu un message l'informant d'un retard de train suite à des problèmes de passagers. Ok. Eh ben, allons voir.
Railway post bags.
Ok.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Allez, analysons un peu ta bouille, mon gars. Ok, les bouts. Oh. Habit de travail. Ok. Ok. Billet de 2e classe. Ok. J'ai vu que... Alliance. Alliance. Et il en manque un. Main rugueuse. Un cheminot peut-être? Non, je sais pas. Bon, je veux pas
Please
trop
calm
savoir.
down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Tiens. Bizarre ça, le contrôleur est sus.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Et on critique pas les Espagnols, hein. Ah non, 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 on critique pas les Espagnols, hein. Je vais péter un câble sinon, moi, attention. Ah, le fameux Robinson. Mr. Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
Oh, fait très
My
américain,
name
lui,
is
hein.
Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Oh mon dieu, tu dépasses du cadre, mon gars. Oh, t'es bourru, hein. Chapeau australien. Ah, c'est l'australien, pardon. D'accord. Australien, pourquoi pas. Vêtements coûteux, oui. Une grosse chevalière en or. Des chaussures élégantes en peau de crocodile.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman, and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an
Ah,
appointment
chilienne.
with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
Des
It's a
espingouins.
large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
Ouais, c'est bizarre, je te trouve pas si énervé que ça.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Là, il est un peu
The
plus
ticket
énervé.
inspector forced all the passengers from the train, except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Ouais, ça pue cette histoire. Hein. Ça pue. Oula. Chilien, disparition du train avec... Non, même pas. Bah c'était soit l'un soit l'autre. Hein. Si les Chiliens sont restés dans le train, c'était une simple coïncidence, le contrôleur ne les avait pas vus. Le directoire de société chilienne Barcaza a été ciment lissé dans le train, le contrôleur a fait descendre de force les passagers hormis chien. Bon, c'est sûr c'est ça. Hein. Ok, est-ce qu'il y a d'autres choses à voir peut-être? Non. Je savais que c'était pas forcément en lien, mais bon. Ok. Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas le chef de train aussi? Bonjour.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Bon, lui, il a rien de spécial. Hein. Il est jeune, il a souci du boulot, vêtements propres. Les instructions. Tache d'encre.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Gare de Station. Ah, c'est peut-être un Chilien qui l'a écrit, hein. Je sais pas, hein. À en juger par les mains et les vêtements de ce passager, il semble s'agir d'un ouvrier spécialisé. Il est seul, sans bagage et n'est visiblement pas en voyage d'agrément avec sa femme. Ce train lui sert à aller à son travail et à en revenir. De ce fait, il devrait être coutumier de cette voie et bien connaître les gares ainsi que les autres passagers réguliers. Vêtements coûteux et lourds de bagages en or, nous avons affaire à un homme sinon influent, du moins fortuné. Son insolite couvre-chef et ses chaussures en peau de crocodile suffisent à en déduire qu'il vient de l'étranger. On peut penser qu'il est en voyage d'affaires. Ce chef de gare est très jeune, il veille avant tout à la propreté de son uniforme, au strict respect du règlement. Des taches d'encre fraîches sur les doigts de sa main droite indiquent qu'il a beaucoup écrit récemment. Il y a fort à parier qu'il vient tout juste d'achever ses études pour entrer dans la vie active. Ouais, ça c'était sûr. Bon, ça c'est le rapport, ouais. Qui dit c'est déterminé, c'est à confirmer. Non, passager dans le train. Ok. Alors attendez, parce que j'ai vu qu'il y avait quelque chose à voir ici, non? Interstice dans le sol. Feuille de papier. Go le prendre.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
15 000 livres sterling. Ah oui, c'est pas rien. Je vais peut-être reparler à Monsieur Robinson.
According to this document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologise for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your gripsack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
It's a scandal. An absolute
Bon, rien
outrage.
d'autre apparemment pour l'instant.
Don't touch anything, please.
A telegraph.
Y a pas quelque chose que je peux prendre ici par hasard? Non? Bon. Ah, c'est en consigne. Ok. Elle est où la consigne?
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
Of course.
Ah, c'est reparti. Ok. Bon, c'était pas bien compliqué, hein.
Look, Watson. A bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We
Okay.
should study them carefully.
Alors, les présents constituent un contrat de vente
An exclusive
exclusif
sales contract.
portant sur une invention au stade de prototype dédié à la fourniture d'électricité autonome. Emerson Electric Company déclare en connaissance de cause acheter ce produit en l'état. Monsieur
Mr.
Thomas,
Robinson is the seller.
le vendeur, ne saurait être tenu responsable pour tout problème éventuellement lié au prototype survenant après l'achat. Ah, est-ce que l'une ou l'autre partie en est ou non connaissance lors de l'achat? L'acheteur a obligation de verser un acompte à hauteur de 10% du prix du prototype lors de la signature du contrat. Le capital restant devait être transféré sous un mois calendaire. Oh. Contrat. Les présents constituent un
Yet
contrat de
another
vente
exclusive
exclusif
sales contract.
portant sur une invention au stade de prototype de fourniture d'électricité.
Mr. Robinson is the seller.
Mais en fait, il a plusieurs... Il dit un contrat de vente exclusif, donc cela signifie qu'il n'y aurait personne d'autre. Ah, je commence à comprendre. Attendez, on va lire les autres, mais en fait, que je vous explique. Il a fait plusieurs contrats différents pour plusieurs acheteurs différents. Il leur a tous demandé un acompte, et après, comme par hasard, la cargaison disparaît avant l'arrivée. Ça paraît sus.
Mr. Robinson. Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Bon, on va aller un peu plus vite, mais c'est la même chose. Hein.
Yet another. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his
ouais.
machine.
Ça pue. Oh. Ok. Grâce à l'assurance et aux multiples contrats exclusifs qu'il a signés frauduleusement, M. Robinson touchera une jolie somme d'argent suite à la perte de son prototype. Eh oui. Grâce à l'assurance et aux multiples contrats exclusifs qu'il a signés... La disparition de la machine est un désastre pour M. Robinson. Malgré ses intentions de fraude, il a perdu plus qu'il ne peut en tirer, puisque l'assurance ne couvrira pas le coût total du prototype, ni ses revenus potentiels. Non, c'est ça. C'est plutôt l'autre truc. Hein. Ok, et il n'y a rien d'autre. Ça pue, hein. Ça pue, cette histoire. Si je puis me dire. Est-ce que je peux reparler à M. Robinson ?
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Ok.
Don't touch anything.
Bon, on va pas faire grand chose de plus. Donc on va aller à 55. Bah écoutez, on va se laisser là vu qu'on est déjà à 55 minutes. Et on fera ça la prochaine fois. Sur ce à tous, pour tous, je vous souhaite une agréable journée. J'espère que ce let's play vous plaît. Et on se retrouve la semaine prochaine pour la suite de notre aventure sur Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. Bisous à tous. Ciao ciao.